I'm Emily going from Dread Central, and I'm here today with the co-writers of The People's Joker, Vera Drew and LeRose. Thank you guys for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited that this film in particular is coming to Midnight Madness. I'm a Toronto native myself, and I watched the film yesterday, and it's just the kind of freaky, incredible thing that deserves to be a Midnight Madness. So how are you guys feeling about being at Midnight Madness, first off?
Honestly, for me, I've been up for 2 days still trying to finish the movie. So like it's not even real yet, to be honest, that like we're gonna be showing this to people. It's been really exciting though, like because people are finally like starting to watch it. And you watched it. Like it's cool finally starting to hear people get it and stuff. So.
How do you feel, Brie?
Yeah, similarly. Like I think when I mean, I've been in a totally different position as Vera, where it's like I shot the script off and then I've been chilling, and Vera and some of the other folks involved have been like up to their eyeballs for like 2 years at this point, and I'm just over on the other end of the emails being like, how's it going? You know, so very different.
Yeah, but then like occasionally you'll get like an email from me at like 3 o'clock in the morning that's like, I need 4 different Riddler gay dating apps by tomorrow.
Yeah. Sure. Does this make sense? You know, so I'm excited to see it because it's been like quite a. I can't wait to see it. But I had the experience recently where I like looked up the theater where it's premiering. I don't know if you've looked at it, Vera, but it's like the oldest theater in North America, and it's like so ornate and beautiful and grand. And I think when I heard we got into TIFF, I was like, well, surely they're gonna put up a projector in the back alley by the dumpster. Like, surely this is some other version of TIFF where we're going, but it's not. So that has been, yeah, I'm trying to like make that link up in my brain, and it's not, I don't think it will do that until we're sitting there.
I think it feels like we tricked this movie. We tricked the universe into allowing this movie to be. So yeah, I mean, just even the fact that it's, I don't know, there was a period where I was like, I'm just gonna like show this on a laptop at City Walk or like Six Flags or something and just be annoying, and like, so yeah, like I don't think we ever made this with the intention of even watching it in the theater.
Yeah, accurate.
Well, I will say the Midnight Madness audience is like very fun, very game. So I think that you guys are gonna have a blast screening this. Also, the Joker that this is satirizing did play at the festival a couple years back, got like a crazy standing ovation. So I'm thinking you guys are gonna get double the standing ovation for this one. So, you know,
that's probably, I would say at least double. I think that's just being, you know, that's the humble guesstimate.
And I think I speak for both of us when I say we only did it for the standing ovation. Begin with the end in mind, you know, and that was, I think, like a 15-minute plus standing O was the end in mind.
Anyways, getting to the questions, I'm so excited for you both. Now, obviously, this is like satirizing both superhero like fandom and culture, as well as like comedy, but it's also a moving tale of self-discovery. How do you guys like to explain this movie to people when you talk about it?
I always like to say it is a queer coming-of-age comic book movie about an unfunny transgender clown named Joker who finds love and faces a fascist caped crusader, all while starting an illegal comedy theater in Gotham City.
No, I say the exact same thing.
But
yeah, I mean, there's a lot there. It's a hard movie to make bite size, I think.
Yeah. There's a lot going on, not just in terms of story, but also like multimedia. Like there's so many different formats that you guys are experimenting with in this film. So I feel like maybe it's safe for people to go in a little bit blind too, and enjoy the ride. Would you say?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like it's been very interesting, like now kind of unleashing this on the world, because it's fine, like people will say how subversive the movie is and how like, you know, like that was never in the back of my head while we were making it. Like in the back of my head, we were making like Star Wars or like, you know, just like a movie you could watch and like hopefully relate to, and like it follows a relatively film school safe plot structure. It goes a little weird at times. So, but yeah, I think just enjoy the ride. Like we really assembled like the craziest team of people that I've ever seen. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. I feel like I'm just like patting myself on the back, but it's like the craziest team of creatives I've ever seen on any movie. There's over like 200 people all across the world, you know, different artists, animators, and that all kind of came out of this very experimental approach to telling this story. Because I guess we should say it all started as like a joke between Bree and I. Like, I think Bree, you basically said like you would only watch Joker if I edited it, re-edited it. Was that the?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I think that's, you know, to the point of like, what should people have in mind when they sit down to watch it? The more that we get into the like, you know, HBO Max and Discovery, and like, I think there's a lot of conversation happening about like what happens to art in these days when business gets involved. And for me, the thing that makes the movie so special is like there was no business interest involved at all. Like it's pure from Vera's brain into what is on the screen. Like there was no intervention. There was no one telling us, you can't do that. You shouldn't say that. Can you change this? We want more of a backstory for Penguin. Like there was no noting. Like, and that is an experience that I have never had elsewhere in my career. Vera, I don't know about you, but it's like, it feels very precious in that. So I think, you know, like film festival audiences are going to be able to tell a difference between something that's like direct from the pipeline versus something that's had a ton of investors or studios or whomever sort of like chiming in, trying to direct it. Like that just didn't happen here.
I mean, and I think, you know, like when we wrote the script, like I quickly realized Bree had maybe seen one Batman movie. You know, I think we watched Suicide Squad together. That was the extent of it. But yeah. I love these characters. Like I love Batman with all my heart. And I think now Bree loves Batman too. I don't want to speak for you, but you know, like I think one thing that I hope this movie does show is like you can use these characters. We can keep telling the same stories over and over again with these characters if you want, but you can also slightly change it just from a representation standpoint to, you know, tap into some stories that, you know, are very, very prescient right now, like, you know, trans healthcare. Like this is, to my knowledge, one of the few movies that features a scene where a child is getting denied trans healthcare. You know, like really show that, okay, we only want to make superhero movies right now. We can still make them, but we can like tell like honest to goodness, like real stories, you know, like about queer people or about women or, you know, whatever. Or movies about cis people that just aren't, you know, the same regurgitated bullshit over and over again.
Yeah.
This is a good interview.
No, it's great. It's great. But I really have to get to a really important question, which is how true is the story of Vera's discovery of Chase Meridian? Because I found that moment. Am I cutting out, by the way? Am I cutting out? Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me know if I keep cutting out. But I want to know how accurate to reality the Chase Meridian self-discovery moment is in the film, because I found that very relatable as a queer person who thinks that the Joel Schumacher Batmans are the best Batmans.
I'm a walking safe space for Joel Schumacher in general, but especially Joel Schumacher Batman. They are my favorite Batmans. That is a true story. I mean, the only not true thing was I was with my Uncle Chaz and my dad, which somehow made it way more uncomfortable. But I was sitting in the theater watching Batman Forever, and it got to what, you know, our movie describes as the bat nipple love scene, where Nicole Kidman is in bed and she's got like a silky cover over, and Batman comes to the window and she gets up, and like it was, you know, as like however old I was when that came out, it like awoken something in me deep down that I couldn't describe at all. And it really was this feeling of like, I want to be wanted by Batman. I want somebody to look at me the way Batman is looking at Nicole Kidman. I want to look as beautiful as Nicole Kidman looks. Yeah, it was a very confusing moment for me as an alleged little boy.
Bree, have you seen the Joel Schumacher Batmans now? I know you're saying that you hadn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Those are really the only ones I had experience with prior. I mean, obviously, like the Christopher Nolan ones I saw when I was like a film student in college, being like, yeah, that rips, you know, but those were the Batmans of my childhood also.
Yeah. For me, Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin, just you can't beat that. I will never forget it. But sort of going outside of the superhero canon, were there any other like, particular films that inspired you in creating this that weren't, you know, Batman films or superhero films?
I really was thinking about the movie Return to Oz a lot, specifically with the childhood scenes in our movie. I think like Return to Oz has some of the like just most beautiful like child actor performances ever on film, and it's also just one of the most amazing movies. I think that was probably a big one. Bree, did you have any?
I kept thinking about Now and Then, like from a structural perspective, you know, like sort of mixing these, because we're sort of telling the stories of two different people in the movie, you know, like Joker pre-transition and Harley Quinn post. And so to be able to like mash those together, it felt very, I don't know. I feel like I think about Now and Then every time I do anything, to be honest. But yeah, this too.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, like I feel like it's usually the usual stuff. Like Return to Oz is probably just in everything for me. Goodfellas too. We ripped off Goodfellas a lot.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, everybody should rip off Goodfellas.
Yeah.
I never understood why Todd Phillips got shit for ripping off Martin Scorsese. Like, who cares? Oh wow, he's making a movie good by ripping off the greatest filmmakers.
Speaking of ripping off, how upset were you when you saw that Lady Gaga was cast in the second Joker movie, and then it's going to be
thrilled?
Okay.
For me, thrilled.
Yeah. I mean, look, as long as I was the first trans woman to be Joker, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
I love Lady Gaga. I mean, like, to be honest, and like I love Joker 2019. Like, I don't want anybody to ever think that like we made this movie to like dunk on that or like anything. Like that movie really did kind of inspire me, and it honestly, you know, I was on the verge. It wasn't the thing that radicalized me in 2020, but it certainly was one of the things that was just like, yeah, I feel like seen in this movie about this like person that's just gotten completely screwed over by our mental health system. And so I'm excited to see Gaga in a new one.
Yeah. I mean, I think she'll be great, but I mean, that movie's not going to be this movie. So, and yeah.
I tell you, I was a little pissed when I saw that it was a musical.
Mm-hmm.
That did piss me off a little bit, because we do have a musical number in The People's Joker, and I just want people to know that, like, we've been making this movie for 2 years. I'm not saying that they copied us or anything, but like,
we did it first.
Yeah, we did it first.
Yeah.
And if people wanted to start a hashtag, they did it first. You know,
who are we to stop them?
Yeah.
So I don't know, and if you want me to take this question out because you want to save this for later on in sort of the promotion of this movie, but there is sort of like a tease that promises perhaps a future for The People's Joker, another film, an extension of the universe. Is that something that's serious, or just sort of a fun little add-on?
Well, I won't say what it is, like what the actual tease is for. I think people are gonna have to see the movie to find out where we want to take this. But Bree and I haven't discussed this much, so this might be a pivotal moment for our friendship. But I want to make 2 more of these.
Mhm.
The second one that I have in mind is a horror movie featuring a very famous horror character that I love and have always wanted to portray on film. And I think the third one's going to be a kaiju movie. Bree, will you make these with me?
Yeah, do I have to watch anything first, or can I just roll in similar to this one?
Maybe just the gayest versions of whatever we're parodying, like we did this
no
time.
problem. Sure.
Okay, and maybe the fourth one can just be like now and then.
Yeah.
One for Brie.
Thank you.
I love that movie too. So get it.
I should say, I think any because this movie was so hard to make. It was like actually, it is an impossible movie to make. So like I kind of want to make something else after this for sure. Like I think the benefit of this movie was like it really was for me. I had like the hindsight of like coming up in comedy for 10 years, coming out as trans, like kind of destroying my life in various ways, and sort of just needing to reflect on my 20s and sort of like coming out and stuff. And I kind of want these movies when we make them to sort of be my playground for that. So like I think the next one really will just be about my 30s and getting really into polyamory and psychedelics.
Are you hoping that maybe one day it will get like streaming distribution, or do you want to distribute it yourself?
I have no idea. I have no idea what the future for this movie holds. I mean, like I would love to partner with some sort of distributor. Streaming obviously, because I want this movie is for first and foremost, it's for like 15-year-olds who are trans or gay or queer. And I want everybody to have access to it. But I also do think it's meant to be viewed in a cinema. So, but yeah, I think, I want to get as many eyes on this as possible. And just there's a lot of people that worked on it from all over the country. So we can I'm kind of hoping, even if it is me just like in a weird Joker van touring around with the movie, projecting it on the side of a building, like I'm hoping to screen it at one point or another in every city in the world.
Let's just infiltrate the airwaves, beam it in. Old school Dark Angel style, eyes only. Reference for 12 people. Moving on.
We're all on a delay right now, so all of our jokes are just bombing. This is like why I hate.
That's why they're bombing.
Yeah, because we're actually, and this is gonna get edited together. It's gonna be real tight.
It is.
There's gonna be webcams and.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be wild. I'm inspired by your movie. I'm just gonna animate parts of this. I'm just gonna green screen everything. It's gonna be incredible.
You should rip off a major IP. Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
I said you should rip off a major IP in the process too.
One of the last questions was gonna be, what advice do you have for someone that wants to do something like this based on something that really means something to them?
Just do it. I mean, just do it. Like, honestly, I kind of thought at various points throughout this project that I was going to get some sort of letter in the mail saying, Miss Vera Drew, you need to stop what you're doing. You do not own these characters. I don't think anybody will stop you. If you want to make any kind of movie, you should go do it right now. And literally, you can just do it. I mean, like, that's been the other thing every step of the way on this project is like, because everybody involved, we're all doing this for the first time. Like, I've worked in TV for 10 years, but TV isn't real. Like it's nothing like what this past 2 years has been like making this movie. Every step of the way, I did not know what the hell I was doing, and I just did it. And it really is just, I think it's really dumb and simple advice, but just go out there, collect your resources, bully your friends into making weird art and writing with you, and yeah, just do it.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna add was like, make friends with people who say yes to stuff for fun, not people who are like, oh yeah, I want to do something to try to get this. You know, it's like, we didn't think anything would happen with this. Everybody involved just did it because it was fun. And we liked doing it together. And that's how it became real. So that seems to be key, is like, just, you know, get people around you who are like down to try stuff, and then really fun things happen.
Yeah. Yeah. My last question before I let you both go is, if you could pick one movie to put in a double bill with People's Joker, maybe it's just Joker, I don't know. What would it be? And both of you can answer.
The Incredible Shrinking Woman, directed by Joel Schumacher, starring Lily Tomlin.
Incredible answer. Incredible.
That is a great answer. Oh my God, I'm just gonna say, because it's insane that this is the first thing that popped into my mind. It's a terrible double billing. No one should ever do it, but Whale Rider popped into my mind.
Oh.
No, that's I'm into it.
I'm just like, oh, okay, coming of age, overcoming obstacles, discovering your true purpose. Whale Rider? Same tone, right? Right in there.
Real depressing. That's got to go second. I think you have to have a come down after this, and then Whale Rider just devastate you fully.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you both so much for talking to me today. People's Joker is going to have its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 13th. Please go and support this movie. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks so much, Emily.
Thanks, Emily. Great talking to you.